Hello there, people on the internet. This is SHADOWgear 655 here, doing a review of. I really don't know what to call this. I guess for the sake of it, I'll just call it SHADOWgear. This is not Titan size SHADOWgear. This is not Toa size, Ghost size, whatever size Shadow. This is an amalgamation of both of my self mocks put into one tiny being. Um, and this was not something I made. This was made by A1 Gringotts the Repugnant of DeviantArt and mock pages and whatever social media fame. A gentleman I have known on the internet for quite a while. We on Skype had a little Secret Santa going on. There, he drew my name and he built this. And parts pieces fall off. That's great. It's a jackhammer just came out of his butt. I'm gonna jack that hammer right back into his butt. 18 up. So as the more I fiddle with him, stuff is falling apart. Oh dear, I've done too many takes of this. This guy has gone through hell. So yeah, I'm this is not something I made. This is something that someone else made. Um, so it's a weird gray zone for me because I've never really reviewed someone else's mock in physical form. But this is something that I'm going to try. So to start off, as I normally do in these type of reviews, I'm going to start from the ground up and take a look at them legs. So the legs give you an idea, like they start off, because we're starting off with this, I guess, is like, oh look, there's the SHADOWgear half, there's the Shadow half. I wonder why it's like that. I don't know. That was his idea. But you can tell what's going on. There's nothing crazy crazy detailed going on with this. But there's a Shadow Torn foot here, factory foot, really jiggly, really jiggly shin armor, which that's a thing I really loved about this. Whether I like the mock or not, which I do, but it's a matter of a guy I've known in the internet for so long, and he sent me something he built that's like not a weapon or not like a masks or anything. Like this is something he goddamn made. And just seeing the things that he does to make a mock, like the techniques he uses, are very interesting because you can see Shadow half is definitely a lot more bulked out than the SHADOWgear half, which is kind of ironic because SHADOWgear is actually the more bulked one out. But shows like this is more of a machine based side, and this is more of a not natural but more bulked out armor type of side. And like he's got a Hero Factory legs here, but he armored this up and he added this little Technic bit to fill in that gap, and then spikes because spikes. And here, like, there's a Hero Factory armor bit, and then he cut a flex tube in half, and then put that around that Hero Factory joint to not make it look as lanky. And he's been doing that recently with a lot more mocks, and there's more of that on this mock as well. But it's a nice detail. Also, Jackhammer fell out of his butt again. I'm gonna just get down the internet. Just sham it. Yeah. Rated T for teen. So, to show the torso, I'm going to, in turn, rip off his head, just so you can get a better idea of what is going on here. The most noticeable out of everything here is the jewel in the chest, which, is reminiscent of the heart piece that a one Toa Shadow had in his chest. I find it funny because it's like, this is like a light dark half, and this is made of gray, and it's made of guns. Like that, those are all little tiny minifigure guns, which makes sense. Shadow is made of guns. Guns go pew pew pew. So there's that. There are more guns around him, but he's got little mandibles here, and the arms move and junk. I'll go over Poseability in a little bit, but yeah, there's like a gear here, and he's got these little slope Borok teeth that don't want to stay in place, but they do, unless you go like raw, and they still stay there, and I'm a liar. Another small detail is that, there's a little pipe sticking out of the back of here, resembling like, hey, guy, this is like half machine. This is like $1 million robot Toa man. Sorry. And the arms are my favorite bit because I like the details on them the most. Like this little bit on the shoulder, this like wheel piece, which doesn't move at all. The arm still moves, but like that, it's a blank Hero Factory arm. Got that tube right there again. Twist that around to make it look genuine. And it's got hands. It works out well. Like this is a very posable arm that I really enjoy. Does it point at you? It's not going to autofocus that hand. I knew it! Then the other arm is bulked out to resemble Shadow's, and it certainly does its job of doing that. Well, shoulder moves and things fly off. Literally, that just went a good foot away from me. As I peg that back on. Oh, can I do it? I'm not gonna cut this out. I'm gonna put this piece back on here. Am I putting it on the right way? I don't even know anymore. Yes, I heard a click. Click is active. But yeah, there's that arm bit. Here's an elbow. He's got a shovel gun, which he just needed like a lightsaber rod to put that gun there. But he used a shovel, and I find that funny. And he's got like Shadow's like claw type hand. That works perfectly fine. And then oh geez, balance there, my friend. As the piece of resistance, I am going to put the head, not on him, but show you their sense of humor. There are little guns here. They're not meant to be guns, but I do have these on my version of Shadow. Well, there are guns filling in that hole, but they're not outright guns. So, that's a thing. And on the back, there's some more, not really greebly, but there's some filled out detail that the camera refuses to focus on. Thank you, my friend. And then there's that. So yeah, he's like a little, like, not Matoran, but a little bit bigger of a Matoran-sized dude. Just a little gift from Gringat, and I really appreciate what he did here. This is a cute little guy. So, if you're watching this video, and you probably are, I want to say thank you again. You know, I want to thank you 6 to 7 months after you sent me this. Thank you. And yeah, that's it. So, this is SHADOWgear 655, and I hope you all have a good day.